everybody, welcome back. So today we are going to talk about 3 weekend weight loss tips. Prior to 6 years ago, prior to sitting in front of you as a size 2, I was a size 22, busting out of a size 22, 161 pounds heavier, and basically a weight loss failure. I had been trying to lose weight for more than a decade and had failed at everything. And even when I would succeed and find a little bit of success, you know, like you lose 5 pounds, then I would go like, I would lose it and then I would go find it again. And whenever I found it again, I always found it and a couple buddies. And my biggest hurdle, there was a lot of hurdles. Like when you fail at weight loss for a decade, there are a lot of hurdles that you have. One of my biggest hurdles and stumbling blocks was the weekend. Like Monday through Thursday, I could typically stay focused. I could typically get into the zone, lose weight, make some progress. When the weekend would roll up into town, it was like the 4 steps that I took forward throughout the week, I would just go right backwards, like right back to the starting point. Like if I lost 2 pounds, I'd gain them back. If it was a real doozy that weekend, I would like lose 2 throughout the week and then I would gain 3 on the weekend. And so I wound up spinning my wheels. I wound up frustrated, which led me to being a perpetual quitter. I inevitably quit every single diet I ever started. Why? Because you can only stay on the hamster wheel going round and round, but going nowhere for so long before you're like, the heck with this, I freaking quit. It doesn't work. And I probably said that too a lot. I lost count of how many diets I did, how much money I spent. Probably could feed a small village in Africa, how much I spent on weight loss over the years. But anyway, 6 years ago, I got serious. I started again. And one of the things I knew that I had to do if I wanted to succeed at this thing called weight loss is I had to get a hold of the weekends. I had to stop letting the weekend be my weekend. And so I want to talk to you today about 3 different simple tips that you can start applying going into this weekend that will help you get through the weekend on track. Bottom line, when you step on the scale on Monday, it is going to be a direct, what the number on the scale says is going to be, it's going to come directly from the decisions you make during the weekend. So if you get on the scale and it flips you off and goes, whoa, those came from your decisions, the decisions you and I make, right? If you also get on the scale on Monday morning and you stay the same or you're down, that also came from your decisions. So it's entirely up to you over the weekend whether you're going to make good decisions or bad decisions. The crummy part is we live in a society where 70 to 80% of people are overweight. They don't want to be, but they are. And the weekends seem to be the time where there's more access. It's a time we go out to eat more. It's a time we drink more. It's a time there's more parties, more get-togethers, more whatevers. There's more celebrations that go on during the weekends, which just means you get to practice your willpower muscle a little bit more. But anyway, let's dive in. Tip number 1, do not go out on an empty stomach. I know I paused. Some of you guys that were like, don't go out, Carmen. What the heck? No, don't go out on an empty stomach. That means don't go to a birthday party. Don't go to any holiday. Don't go shopping. Don't go to a football, basketball, volleyball, any sporting event. Do not go out, period, of your house on an empty stomach. That is asking. Do not go grocery shopping. Some of you grocery shop on the weekends. Don't go grocery shopping on an empty stomach. If you're going out to dinner with friends, don't go out to dinner on an empty stomach. And I know for some of you, you're like, what are you talking about? We're going out to eat to get food. Yes, but the food at the restaurants, unless you're going to a healthy restaurant and you've been losing weight for a while and you've built up that self-control muscle, if you show up at that restaurant hangry, if you show up at that restaurant and you are like fiending, you're not gonna make a good decision. When you are putting stress on your body from being hungry, it's setting yourself up to make a poor decision versus a good decision. So drink some water. Water always helps fill up your stomach. Eat an apple, eat an orange. Eat some carrot sticks and hummus. One of my go-tos used to be cucumbers. Like I would slice up cucumbers, I would peel them, slice them up, put some garlic salt on them, and I would eat cucumbers. Why? They were fibrous, so it made my metabolism work. It took a little longer to process a fibrous vegetable, and it took room in my stomach. Like you can eat a whole cucumber for less than 100 calories. It's like very few calories, but it takes up a lot of room in your stomach. So I would eat a cucumber before I'd go to a party. I would eat a cucumber before I'd go out. And so if I went to a pizza party, birthday party, and I had already eaten a cucumber, I only would want one piece of pizza versus the 4 that I would have normally eaten. Does that make sense? And so if you're trying to lose weight and it's coming into the weekend, do not go out on an empty stomach. Eat a protein bar, eat some fruit, eat a vegetable, eat something. I dropped my freaking list. Hold on. Okay. I always do that. I get all excited, I get moving around, and I'm like, whoop, there goes my paper with my notes. All right, number 2, eat all of your meals at the table. This one right here, let me tell you, this one has ticked me off more than almost anyone. So like, these were things, if you can't tell, these were things that I did in my own weight loss journey when I finally succeeded. When I went from failing to a decade to finally succeeding. And I had learned from business. My husband and I have been entrepreneurs for a very long time. And one of the things I had learned in business was setting myself up to succeed. So putting little things in place that would help me succeed. And so when I started losing weight 6 years ago, when I rededicated and said enough was enough, we had 2 small kids at that point. And one of my biggest things, especially on the weekends when I would get time off of work, is I would have a habit of eating in the car. I would have a habit of eating in front of the TV, eating in front of the phone, eating in front of my tablet, eating, standing, this one right here, standing like you open up the pantry and you just open like a bag of chips. You're not sitting, you're not in front of the TV. You're just standing in front of the pantry, eating chips out of the bag. Or you're cooking and you just start eating, or you go open the fridge and you just, you're like, oh, let me just get some of this. And so one of the rules I set for myself, and this is especially important on the weekends, is only eating when you're sitting at the table, not when you're sitting in front of the TV, not when you're sitting in front of the computer, not when you're in the kitchen standing with the pantry or the refrigerator door open, but eating sitting at the table. There would be times at night I'd be like, oh man, I got this or that in the pantry, and I'd be watching something. Well, in my morbidly obese days, I would just go into the kitchen, grab something, make my way back to the couch and overeat. That's what I did almost every single weekend. But when it came to sitting, I had to sit at the table and eat my food. And I couldn't watch it in the living room on the comfortable couch with my cozy blanket. I was like, I don't want it. Now, I could drink like 0-calorie drinks on the couch, like water, tea, all those things. So I could make myself some tea. I could get some water, put a little flavoring in it, but I couldn't eat anything with calories unless I was sitting at the table. And so I know it sounds so silly, but I am telling you, it works. So number 2, don't eat unless you're sitting at the table eating. Number 3, lay off the alcohol. Lay off the alcohol. I notice I didn't say don't ever drink it. Although if you are somebody who's wanting to lose weight fast, I am going to tell you alcohol completely slows down your weight loss. So first and foremost, when you drink alcohol, right, your body treats it like a poison. So like your body, when you eat, like if we eat food right now, your body's going to start breaking it down and metabolizing it. That's what your body's going to do. It's going to go, oh, you're eating. Okay, let me start breaking this down. Let me start processing this food. When you drink alcohol, it completely changes. So your body starts trying to get the alcohol out and it stops breaking down your foods. And so not only does alcohol have a lot of calories, and one of the biggest rules for weight loss is don't drink your calories. So don't drink any food, don't drink anything that's high in calories. Alcohol is high in calories. So not only is it high in calories, but it completely slows down your body from breaking down the food and processing the food. So it's high in calories, and it ultimately slows down your metabolism. And so when you're losing weight, like I've told so many clients, like if you're gonna drink alcohol, drink something, like don't go get a fruity, like, you know, a daiquiri. Don't get a slushy, sugary, something you can suck right down. If you are gonna have a drink, you know, get some whiskey. something you're gonna sip on. Get a Bloody Mary. Get something that you're not just gonna be like, that was yummy. Like get something that's not frou-frou, that doesn't taste amazing. Get something that you're gonna sip on. If you want to just be in the atmosphere, like get some tonic water. Like my mom, when she started losing weight, she had quit drinking and she didn't miss it. So she lost 140 some pounds and she still doesn't drink just because she's like, why? It's all those calories and whatever. I don't wake up feeling foggy. So she drinks tonic water. She puts the salt around the rim. She puts in a nice fancy glass. For me, when I was losing weight and we were out and about, I would get a Diet Coke or a Diet Pepsi and I would have them put a cherry in an umbrella. Like, and here, you know, like when you're at the bar and you're like, hey, can I get a Diet Pepsi with a cherry and an umbrella? The bartender might kind of smile at you a little bit, just be like, dude, I'm losing weight. It has 0 calories. Could you make me feel good about my decision? And they're like, oh yeah. Like, and they totally smile. They'll encourage you. Like, I just owned it, right? But then I still had my little foo-foo drink in my hand. I could go walking around with my little cherry and my little umbrella or whatever it was, you know, and I didn't feel deprived or neglected. And so like, and the scale loved me the next day versus getting home feeling like crap, waking up feeling like I had a haze, and then the scale flipping me off. Also, if you're going to drink water, if you're going to drink alcohol, then a key thing is to drink twice as much water. So if you have an alcoholic drink that has, let's say 10 ounces of alcohol, it's a 10-ounce alcoholic drink, then you want to make sure you're drinking double the amount of water in the same time frame. So that evening, you always want to drink water, chase it, start before water, chase it with water, and then drink water before you go to bed. If you have drank alcohol, that's going to help your body flush the alcohol out of your system quicker and have it functioning again to eat the fat and to help you lose weight. So, but ultimately, so it just depends on how fast you want to lose weight. But what I think you'll find is when you start losing weight, as you go, it gets easier to be strict. As you strengthen that willpower muscle, it's just like any other muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. But in the very beginning, when you're just starting and you're still in that space of, I don't know, maybe I can, but I keep failing, but when you're in that space, you need everything going in your favor to help you. And so these 3 things are just going to help stack the odds in your favor. They're going to help you get through the weekend and have a little bit more success and have the scale hug you on Monday versus flip you off. So anyway, so I just kicked that camera stand. If you have enjoyed any of our content, then make sure to give the video a thumbs up. We have a ton of good content here on the channel that is all about weight loss. Yeah, stuff that actually worked, helping me lose 161 pounds, helping my clients from around the world lose weight, get a body they never even thought. And so if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, ring the bell. That way you get notified whenever we upload, and we are live here on the channel every single Tuesday night. So thank you so much for joining us. We will see you on the next one. Bye.